Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the second day of a very nice weekend program with Swami Yogatmananda ji, the head of our Vedanta Society of Providence. We had a wonderful retreat day yesterday with the Yoga Sutras, and now Shiva Yoga. Brahma Sutra, I could have said, I'll say it, Shiva Yoga Brahma. Yeah, yoga was Shiva Sutra yesterday. And now we have a very nice topic, let's be practical. So we have a warm welcome to Swamiji. He'll be here tonight and tomorrow night also. We'll have satsang and potluck dinner tonight and tomorrow night. Everyone is welcome to come. And now, Maharaj, please come.
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव. Thou art my caring mother, loving father. Thou art my siblings and friends. Thou art my learning and wealth. Thou art my everything. Atmajnananda ji Maharaj, dear Bhaswatananda ji Maharaj, and all the wonderful devotees of this center, and my friend Adi Maharaj accompanying me from Providence. So it is very fortunate to be here, and I greatly thank Atmajnananda ji to allow me to speak not only yesterday, today also, and he wants me to talk this evening and tomorrow evening also. But whatever the talk may be, he has promised that there will be good food, you know. That is potluck, yeah. But it is always lucky pot, you know, so it is. So that is the essence of practicality, that topic that we are talking about, you know. It is, let's be practical. Somebody told me that, tell some experiences in your life. I was asking, you know, I am clueless, please tell me what should I be talking about. And some kind-hearted souls there advanced their ideas, you know, that, okay, you can talk about this and that. I am very thankful to them all. So one thought given was that, why don't you tell about some of your experiences? Yeah, that certainly is something practical I can tell. It is, I was never interested in something that is not practical. So the normal, what is called religion, didn't hold much attraction for me. It is, I saw that it is all impractical, and the parents would say, you have your exam coming today, and you have to go. Before going, you go to the shrine and do pranam. I didn't understand the practical meaning of all this. What is there? It is, why should I do that? And what is the connection? I couldn't see the connection. I could understand the connection that, well, I will be studying, understanding and practicing, and that could help me to answer the questions in exam properly. But what is the connection between prostrating to somebody who is having 4 hands and all that? Why? So, not much interested in that kind of religion at all, because I saw that it is not practical. It doesn't help at all, because even if I do my prostrations, it didn't yield any practical results in the exam. So I saw that it is not a practical thing. So I was looking for something practical. So, and I read about that Vivekananda as Narendranath, that yes, here is somebody who is practical, wants to see God, and not just fill some theoretical concepts and be satisfied with that. Somebody who is a very practical person. So I was attracted to that. That is how I started my practical journey in the religious or spiritual life. But, and I may tell a few more experiences, but one thing I want to ask you, that do we want to be practical or not practical? How many, you can raise your hands, how many want to be practical? Okay, good. This gentleman sitting here doesn't want to be practical with...
He's lazy to raise hands.
He doesn't want to raise his hands. Okay. Do you want to be practical or not? No? Okay. Yeah, good. Yeah. So, nobody wants to be impractical. Correct? Yes. So let us see what is impractical. What is impractical? Tell me, running to catch the horizon, is it practical or not practical? What? Practical? Not practical, because such a thing does not exist. It is an optical illusion that we call the horizon. And such a thing does not exist. So try to chase and catch the horizon, and we should not do as practical person. Got it? So what do you do in our life when we think that I will get lot of money and I will get lot of these pleasures in life? Are we not doing the same thing? Trying to chase the horizon. It keeps on receding further, and we do exactly the same thing, keep on running after that. It is after I used to feel, and everybody feels like that, that after I finish somehow this terrible school final exam, and then the things will be so nice for me. I will be going to college, and it's a nice place, the schools are, it's so. But then when I went to college, like horizon, it again got pushed back. That, it is right now, it's too much of studies and buried under the books, and but when I get my bachelor's degree, things will be so nice. So one keeps on pushing like that. One starts feeling, oh well, getting this, all this education is okay, but that is not that doesn't bring happiness. And let me get a job that brings lot of money, and that will make the life very happy. But then that doesn't again feel that good enough. Again the horizon gets pushed, and we feel that one feels, well, the life without a proper partner, what is the life? Let me get a nice spouse, and that will make the life full of all sweet and honey and all that. Yeah, poetic imaginations keep on flying like a nice kite going high and high. But then that bubble bursts quite fast. It is, and then it gets pushed forward further, the horizons. We have to have children, Then the life will be really, really a happy life. We do not think that every time we were thinking that this will bring happiness, this will bring happiness, this will bring happiness. Now, the birth of child and all that, again problems associated with that, then all that goes on, and then doesn't end there, Oh, I don't know what my son or daughter is going to do in life. I am worried about that. Keep on, horizons get pushed further. That I will do. A person, nobody wants to really become old, but the old age comes. And then, where is that happiness that I was seeking? It was getting pushed. Then, as Swami Vivekananda says, a very powerful words he uses there. When the old age comes, what is old age? It is a heap of all shattered dreams. We had lot of dreams, and then gradually they get shattered. No, this is not what I want. This is not what I want. And you go further. And then, therefore, when a person becomes old, then the old people talk about the past, because there is nothing much now left there not much future plans can be made now. It is so, it is all, I used to do like this. I used to climb the mountains. It is, so that is where is the practicality, friends, there? It is, our one Swami in training center, wonderful teacher, he used to tell this story. As the time rolls on, in the young age, you feel you can do many things. It is like the train at full throttle, and the station is far away. So the driver has let it on with full speed. It makes one sound. Tick, 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 tick. And when the station nears, the driver applies the brake. This sound changes. Tuk, 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 tuk. Tick, 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 tick. So at that young age, so the train is going fast. It is as if that is saying, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. The old age sets in, then the sound changes. I thought I could, I thought I could, I thought I could. That is how, had we been practical in life? Not at all. For practicality, one must decide what is the goal of life. That is the most practical thing. That is in the beautiful small book, actually 4 lectures of Vivekananda. That book is known as that Practical Vedanta is the title. So there, on the second page or first page, it is told that we should have a goal in life. It is, then we can decide the direction. Goal has to be there. It is even when you now put that let us go by GPS, but then you have to put the destination there. If you do not know where you want to go, what that GPS is going to do, It will keep you showing the map of where you are, that's all. It cannot guide you because there is no destination. So one has to pay attention, that is the practical thing, to decide the goal of life. That this is what I want to achieve in my life. And then direct the life there. I found it, again a part of my experience, this so very important. I was a college student then, that is what we should do. But then came another question, what should be the goal of life? We should have goal, understood. But what should be the goal of life? We should be practical. What should be the goal of life? And one Swami helped us out. We were many science students there. So our whole idea that science and technology and all, that is the most important thing. So what should be the goal of life? He said, getting which nothing remains to be obtained. That is the goal of life. Because if you think that something is goal of life and getting that again you want something else, then that something else should be called the goal of life. It is that getting which nothing remains further to be obtained. That alone is really that which can be called goal of life. So we have to have the goal of life like that. And then, now the practical thing, they think, what is it? Getting which nothing remains to be achieved. Think about it. Think about whatever you feel like you need to achieve. Getting that, everything becomes achieved, nothing more remains to be achieved. One practical thing, people somehow think money is to be obtained for everything. That is the goal of life. If we have money, then all our desires get fulfilled because you can buy whatever you want. The only problem is I don't have money. If I get enough money, then nothing more is required. There is a very analytical, very beautiful essay of Karl Marx that about money. What is money? And it is described there that money can bring you anything. It is the abstraction of fulfilling all our desires. So therefore, money becomes the most important thing to be achieved in life. Get money, and then by paying that you get everything. Appears very nice to hear. That is why almost everybody value money so much in life. They don't like to say that, no, money is not the goal. But if you look at what they actually value in life, then you can see that money is the most primed, valued thing in life. It is, I have tested it many times, that, come early morning for meditation. You want to be practical in spiritual life, isn't it? I tell you, come early morning for Mangal Arati here at 5 a.m. It is, tell something practical. 5 a.m., how can I, get up that early? I cannot get up, it is impossible to get up that early. That same person, if that person's job demands that should get up not 5, at 4 o'clock, will certainly do that, because that is important, So for that I can do it. But for achieving life's goal, for realizing or experiencing that by which all my wants get removed, for that I am not ready to do that, because I do not see the practical importance of that. I see the practical importance of money. And so for money, it's okay. If I get up at 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock or I don't sleep at all, that's fine. In fact, the thought of money destroys sleep. It is, you feel so worried about it, that what will happen if I don't have money. It is, one quite senior man was telling me, he was telling his actually the pain that he was feeling becoming a slave to this money. He had a successful business, had amassed a lot of money. He used to come to our center, and then he said one day that, I have enough money. It seems that even my 7 generations to come will have enough money. But then I feel worried. Those who will be coming in 8th generation, they will have to starve, you see. So I keep on working. It is, so for what? No goal at all. Money cannot be the goal. It is like horizon, never ending. How much? I have met quite a few people that they said, okay, I am calculating how much money will be needed so that I get that, and then I will retire and just spend time in meditation. Doesn't happen, because how much money is enough, nobody knows, You say, but this may happen, then this may happen, this will require a lot of money, that will, and then health insurance, it is going up and up, what can I do, and all those. So the person keeps on working and working and working. The horizon, it is like chasing horizon. It is. Are we practical in doing that? We all confirmed, raising hands, that we want to be practical. But are we practical? No. It is, we have to be practical. Find out that goal. Think of that goal, getting which nothing remains to be obtained. All our desires get fulfilled. All, without exception, all desires will get fulfilled. So, that has to be the goal of life. But we have to be practical, you are talking about some philosophical matters, that, some saints, and they talk about it. I am not a saint. If you are not become, what is wrong about it, It is, I am not a saint. Who prevents you from becoming a saint? It is not that somebody falls from the skies and gets called saint. It is those who see this truth, those who realize this goal in life, they are called saints. So it is like the Taittiriya Upanishad gives this beautiful definition of what is a saint. And the Sanskrit word is sant, from which this English word comes saint. So sant, who is called sant? Asti brahmeti ched veda santamenam tato viduriti. That God, that Brahman is, and that person is telling by experience, that is. And now that person, he gets called this sant, saint, means who has experienced the ultimate existence, that which is. All other, what we call exist, they really appear and disappear. They don't have any true existence. Is it practical to run after those things? It is not practical to run after those seeming existences. They are like the dream objects. They come, they go, they vanish. It is, so are they real? Why should I run after that which is unreal? There is a beautiful discussion, very practical discussion, that both the king of demons, Virochana, and the king of the angels or devas, Indra, both had heard that realizing the self, the Atman, all one's desires are fulfilled. So they went to Prajapati to get the knowledge of that Atman. Prajapati said, well, don't ask anything now. First, live here for 32 years. That is the condition, that live 32 years observing all these rules of a proper stay of a novice in the ashrama, stay for 32 years. And they accepted that because we want to fulfill all our desires. So, if by living 32 years doesn't matter. So, they had perseverance. So, they stayed for 32 years. There, the Atman has been described by this beautiful word. This Atman is Satyakama, Apahata Papma, and Satya Sankalpaha, Satyakama. That this Atman is not touched by any sin. Let us tell ourselves, my true nature has not been touched by any sin. I am sinless and pure. Then it says Satyakama, and Shankaracharya comments on that. A very spiritually enlightening these words that he uses there, that Atman is called Satyakama. In English translation would be, the desire for Atman becomes truthful, fulfilled. So he says there, only the desire for realizing Atman can be fulfilled. No other desires can actually be fulfilled in life. Only realizing Atman, that desire alone can be fulfilled. This statement, many would challenge. What do you mean? That Rina would say, my desire for, say, learning music, that could be fulfilled. It is why only realizing the Atman, the self, that alone can be fulfilled, and therefore Atman is called Satyakama. Shankaracharya says, because Atman alone is. So, the desire for that which is can be fulfilled. How can you ever think of fulfilling the desire for that which doesn't exist? Like catching the horizon, same example. Can you ever practically fulfill the desire of achieving or getting something that is an appearance, doesn't exist? So to be practical in the true sense, we have to see what really is and what is an appearance. One has to learn to separate these things. This is very practical, friends, that it is, certainly we do it in our day-to-day life, that which appears and that which is real. Make a clear distinction between them and then go for that which is and not which appears and disappears. So let us not be just dreamy. Things appear and disappear. Let us not go after that if we want to be practical. Let's be practical. So go for that which is, and that is Atman, our true self, or you may call that as God. In Vedanta or in general in Hinduism, God is our very reality. God is within us. It is in all other religions also it is inherent but not so much emphasized. I remember in the Brown universities that chaplains, I was talking about Bhagavad Gita there, and the Catholic chaplain, Henry Boda was his name, he said that you were again and again telling the indwelling God who is our true self. We don't emphasize it that much. We emphasize God who is in the heaven. I said, well, you have that idea, and it is right in the Bible that the kingdom of heaven is within you. What happened to that? No, I agree that it is there, but we don't emphasize it. And so God appears to be far away somewhere. And that is the religion that is commonly practiced. Keep God far away somewhere. So we let not God interfere too much in our life. That is the idea. Make a nice altar and shrine for that. Offer some flower, this thing, that thing. And then, give me more money. Again, what is that? Illusion. It is pray for more illusions. We don't like the God. Do we really want God in life? That which is really there, that is the reality, friends. You cannot run from the reality. And that is impractical. And it is, we talk of practicality, but are in life terribly impractical. That we go after things which for happiness, but they end up in bringing misery in life. Why? Because they were non-existent. They appeared only. So, one needs to be practical. Think, am I aspiring for something that really is? And what really is that you can be sure of? I am. And that is the only thing one can be sure of. I am. That cannot be refuted. Other things you may, say, well, it is, this world is just an appearance, comes and goes. But I am. I like to tell that story. Think of that story. it comes very repeatedly to me that it is that a little child went to see some nice big fair was there, carnival, and that in carnival lots of people, and then child was looking here and there, his parents were there, and after a while what happened, as it happens in carnivals, that the parents went one way, the child felt, no, he went in another way. So soon now this little fellow started crying, that and one kind-hearted fellow came to, "Hey, my child, are you lost?" And that child says, "What do you, I am right here. They are lost, I never goes anywhere." You cannot run away from that reality. You can run away from house or spouse, but can you run away from yourself? You cannot run away from that. It is the reality, the truth. So we have to experience that in life. That is the practical, real, tangible goal in life. Let us think of this. Do you suggest any other tangible goal? Nothing else. Some people suggest doing good to the world. Swami Vivekananda has spoken a lot about this idea, because it is throughout, you see people talking about we should do good to the world. Even if suppose I realize, God, what good it is going to do to the world, so that is not the goal. I must do good to the world. But the idea of doing good to the world has so many variations. What is good to the world? We don't know. If you ask that little Urja sitting there, what is good, doing good to the world, that little girl there, So she will have one answer, that okay, I should need lot of toys. If I get, that is, give everybody lot of toys, that is doing good to the world. Her parents' ideas would be completely different. It is, no, that is not the right thing. Let us bring some more education and all that to her. That will be their idea of doing good to the world. Everybody has their own pet idea of doing good to the world. And that is why, even, in our politics we see, Republicans have one idea of doing good to the world, Democrats have completely different idea of doing good to the world. So what is good to the world? Everybody has some whim that this is doing good to the world. Is it? You learn from experiences. Since you had asked that, tell me experience. I tell one incident that I used to go with our mobile dispensary van to the different villages, and then giving medicines for free, and so many patients used to come. And they would praise, "Oh, thank you for coming. We don't have any medical facility around here. Had you not come, it was so difficult." And we thought that we are doing good work, We started patting our backs, ourselves, Yeah, it is, we are doing great work. Now, one old gentleman brought us down on the ground. Said, "You are doing good work, no doubt." Okay, yeah, but before you started coming to this village, we didn't have so many diseases here. And if you reflect on it, it is not false, Give medicines, then people want more medicines. And so for more medicines, you need more diseases, isn't it? So it is something like that. So what is doing good to the world? It is you do good to something, some bad happens. This is a practical lesson that I used to counter it. What it is, we must do good to the world. And when Swami Vivekananda says in that great treatise, tremendously, truthful analysis, without fear, he has analyzed all our so-called concepts of doing good to the world and so forth. Every so-called good is associated with something bad. You cannot have something purely good. Impossible. It is not in the nature of things. There is good and there is automatically it will bring something bad as well. For maybe somebody else or for that very person a little later, who knows. And so this cannot be the goal of life. Sri Ramakrishna, intensely practical person, It is most practical person that we can think of is Sri Ramakrishna. That it is. So he tells that what is the idea of doing good to the world. There was one of his devotees, he says that Shambhu said that he will start some schools and some other relief work, distribution of food and some hospital and like that. He said, okay, if you can do that without getting attached to it, it's fine. But that is not the goal of life. The world remains more or less the same. If you remove a few jugs of water from the ocean, the ocean the level doesn't go down because of that. Or if you say, no, let me increase the level of ocean, you add one jug there, that doesn't change the level. So the world, howsoever good we do, the world, by very design, it is like that. That the good and the evil, they both kind of match with each other. It is not that you can do good to the world. So if we want to be practical, let us have this practical goal in life. God realization is the goal of life. Sri Ramakrishna again and again declares that. Because getting that, it fulfills that definition of goal, getting which nothing remains to be achieved. Any other thing, howsoever you may get, it will not give you anything. Everything still remains to be achieved. Nothing remains achieved. Nothing gets achieved. Everything remains still to be achieved. It is, therefore, if we want to be practical, and you all announce that we want to be practical, then have a practical goal first. And that can be God realization. But then the question of practicality again crops up. Can that be achieved in life? I don't think, it can be, not for we ordinary people cannot achieve it in life. Maybe some monks and all, maybe, but we are in householder's life, so we cannot achieve it. And that is, one may think like that, but it is not a correct thinking at all. One has to be practical. If God is my reality, what prevents me from experiencing that? It is, Sri Ramakrishna says that God can be seen, God can be actually experienced. And everybody can experience it if somebody wants to. If one wants to experience God, then each of us, that is important, each, without exception, each of us can experience God in our life. No doubt about that. In reading Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, you get this question being asked again and again, and that can one realize God in householder's life? Sometimes I have questioned, why does it not, that question is never asked. Can God be realized in a monastic or sannyasi's life? That question is never asked. Actually, it is, same, it is everybody has to be practical. Everybody has to march to the goal, whether one is a sannyasi or a householder. The Sri Ramakrishna always has answered, yes, why not? It is, you have to take up some practical measures, which we desist from taking, and thus we do not realize it. If we take up those measures, and these are the words of Sri Ramakrishna, he was very truthful, we see in his life. So it cannot be wrong that if you do that, you will realize God. That he says, yes, why not? It is be in the world. World cares for our doing duties, Nobody cares for how much love we have for. There isn't really much love, It can be easily seen that there isn't much love and such things. The mutual adjustments, some say that yes, that is marriage of convenience. Every marriage is the marriage convenience, It is whatever is convenient, whatever fulfills, it is one, now it is Indian setting, imagine, an old Indian setting where the man would work and earn money, and the lady of the house will take care of all other things, taking care of the children, cooking, keeping the place clean and so forth. Now the husband says, suppose that, oh darling, I love you so much, I will just love you, I won't do any work. How long will that love last, tell me? It will vanish in no moment. In a single moment that love will be gone. Because the world actually doesn't care for love. It cares for work. Even when the love is to be measured, just think, we measure it in terms of work. Because that is the only measure we know in this world. You say you love me, what have you done for me? Doing, that is what the world cares for. What have you done for me? So one must see this. So Sri Ramakrishna resolves the conflict, says, give work to the world. It cares for that. Give work to the world and give mind to God. Very simple. It becomes difficult because we are used to do opposite. That put love on these worldly objects which don't care for it. And then do work for God. Oh, I built a temple and I did for this for God and I do so much of Arati and worship every day. All doing. God doesn't care for what you do. What God cares for is how much love you give. That is, so love God. Very simple solution, that love God. Do your duty in the world. That is what the householder's life is. Do the duty. Give love to God. So, very practical thing. Isn't it practical? It is very practical. Giving love to world and work to God means, suppose some two kids, little kids come to me. One loves to eat something savory, other loves to eat sweet. Now I have something that is sweet and something that is savory. If I give the little one who likes to eat savory, some that is sweet, if I give sweet to that fellow and give savory to the one who wants sweet, now my both things are lost and both those fellows are dissatisfied. So the world remains dissatisfied, no question of satisfaction of God. So our love goes to waste, our work goes to waste. But if we properly put it in, where it is needed, how it is needed, then we are practical. Yes, give work to the world, love to the God. And then we will march towards freedom. It is important to connect the means to the end. That is another idea in practicality. That Swami Vivekananda gave a great lecture. I again and again like to read that lecture. It is titled Work and Its Secret. During his second visit to USA, he gave that lecture, I think, in Pasadena, California. So, he says there that the great mistake that we make in life is we do not pay equal attention to the means as to the goal. And he said one has to learn. He so spoke about himself. I had to learn this lesson. And the person from whom I learned was a great person whose life was an example of this. He was talking about Pavahari Baba. That his life was an example of this, that connect the end and the means. If the means are there, the end must come. And this is very important if we want to be practical. And follow the means. Do not keep on imagining the goal. He says that we get into that habit. The second paragraph in that lecture says that in our mental horizon, the goal is so big, so enchanting, so alluring. All these words he uses, that we altogether lose the sight of means and forget that without applying the means, we cannot realize the goal. And then when failure comes, if we analyze, we will see that we didn't apply the means properly. We didn't strengthen the means. We didn't sharpen the means. We did not apply the means. And so the failure comes. We don't want to see that. We want to blame others. That fellow is the cause of my failure. Very easy to say, but introspect. Then you can see that did I really apply the means to the end? And if we do not, then it will be a wonder if the failure doesn't come. Failure has to come. Apply the means and the end has to be there. Let us be practical. I had told you last time, I remember an incident in this, that if you apply the means, the end will be there. Let me repeat that story because it doesn't lose anything in repetition. That those old good days when students used to go to different engineering schools, and they were not too many. So a young man was traveling 1,000 miles or so to go to the engineering college, and had come in for vacation and was again boarding the train to that destination. The parents had come to see him off, and then the mother said, please, as soon as you reach there, send a telegram that I have reached safe. Send a telegram. There were no phones and all such things easily. So, send a telegram. Those young boys, they don't understand the feelings of the parents, So, that boy said, I am boarding the right train, and so I am sure to reach. And then he said, even after boarding the right train, if I don't reach, it gets printed in newspapers. So the important idea there is that if we connect the means to the end, the success has to be there. So friends, let us be practical. Let us not just have unreal goals. Let us have the real goal in life, and then connect the means to the end. Whether we are householder or monks, whether we are young or old, whether we are educated or uneducated, for everybody the means are there. If we connect the means to the end, the success is guaranteed. And guaranteed by the saints, not some companies here and there. A product, some machine we had bought, and then said lifelong guarantee. And then it stopped working. Then we wanted to call that company itself has gone away. So somebody joked that is the guarantee was not for the life of that machine, for the life of that manufacturer. So it is, this is the guarantee given by the scriptures, the sages, Sri Ramakrishna, who were people of integrity and truths, adherents of truth. They have given this guarantee. If we connect the means to the end, that is, when we are practical, then the success must come. Thank you, friends. Let us be what? Impractical? Practical, yeah. Let us be practical. Thank you.
Maharaj, we're always so happy when you come. Please come whenever you can. He's really a brilliant speaker. Huh? And can I say that it was a very practical speech that he gave today? Yeah. Good. Next Sunday, we have another special guest coming, Swami Yogatmananda. Many years head of our New Delhi Center, now in charge of the new branch center of New Delhi in Gurgaon. I know what it's called. It has a very fancy, long name. Gurugram, they call it. Gurgaon. Yeah, it's the same place. What's the name of it now? A very fancy name. Gurugram. No. The Institute of something with something and something. Yeah, value education or something like that. Yeah. So I'm not quite sure. He may come in time for satsang next Saturday night. We'll find out. But he'll be speaking next Sunday on also a nice topic. Swami Vivekananda, a rare blend of the human and divine. So everyone's invited to come for that next week. Now, we would like to invite everyone to have lunch with us. And again, we'll have satsang tonight with Swamiji and tomorrow night, and then they'll go. And I failed to introduce the brahmachari from the Providence Center, Adi, who's in the front row. He's very fortunate to be there under the guidance of Swami Yogatmananda ji, and we wish him well in his monastic life. Thakur's grace, he'll be a good monk. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Today's satsang? No, tomorrow's.
Tonight and tomorrow, both nights.
Will it be on Zoom or online?
Tonight, probably nothing. But tomorrow night is our regular Zoom class. So that'll definitely be the Zoom thing. It's normal, but we won't force him to do this Panchadashi. He can do whatever he wants that night.
Those who are on Zoom will not get the potluck.
They won't get the potluck. Yeah.
That is the problem.
Yeah. So try to come in person if you can. Good.